In a small German town called Ulm, on March 14, 1879, a child was born who would one day change the world forever. His name was Albert Einstein. At first glance, his life seemed ordinary. His father, Hermann, was a salesman who later ran a small electrochemical factory, and his mother, Pauline, was a homemaker with a passion for music. Albert was their first child, but from the very beginning, it was clear he was different. He started speaking much later than other children his age, often spending hours lost in thought. His parents worried, but a small event would soon alter the course of his life. One day, when Albert was 5 years old and ill, his father gave him a compass to keep him entertained. The simple device fascinated Albert. He spent hours staring at the needle, mesmerized by how it always pointed north. What invisible force is causing this, he wondered. This simple question sparked a deep curiosity that would stay with him for the rest of his life, igniting his desire to uncover the hidden forces governing the universe. Despite this intense curiosity, school life was difficult for Albert. He disliked the rigid methods and rote memorization that dominated education at the time and often clashed with his teachers. One even called him lazy and incapable of success. However, Albert didn't let these criticisms deter him. Instead, he immersed himself in his own interests. He had a particular love for mathematics, and when he discovered a geometry book at the age of 12, he called it sacred. This book introduced him to the world of numbers and the underlying rules of nature, shaping his future. Still, Albert's journey was anything but smooth. At the age of 16, he left school and moved to Switzerland, aiming to pass the entrance exam for the renowned Polytechnic Institute in Zurich. His first attempt ended in failure. Though he excelled in math and physics, his performance in general subjects, particularly languages, fell short. Undeterred, he spent a year preparing and succeeded on his second attempt. During his time at the Polytechnic, Albert often skipped classes, preferring to explore ideas independently or discuss them with friends. After graduation, he struggled to find a suitable job. For a time, he worked as a private tutor, barely making ends meet. Eventually, he secured a position as a clerk at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. While the job wasn't what he had dreamed of, it provided him with something invaluable: time. In the quiet moments between reviewing patent applications, Albert began working on his own scientific ideas. The year 1905, later called his miracle year, became a turning point in Albert's life. That year, he published 4 groundbreaking papers, each of which revolutionized science. One of these introduced the theory of special relativity, and with it, the now famous equation E equals m squared, which revealed that mass and energy are interchangeable. This simple yet profound insight laid the foundation for modern physics and opened new doors for humanity's understanding of the universe. At first, Albert's theories were met with skepticism and even ridicule. Many found his ideas too abstract and counterintuitive. But Albert was unwavering in his belief in his work and continued to defend it passionately. Over time, experimental evidence confirmed his theories, and he gradually became recognized as one of the greatest thinkers of his time. In 1921, he received the Nobel Prize in Physics, not for his theory of relativity, but for his explanation of the photoelectric effect, which became the basis of quantum mechanics. Despite his growing fame, Albert remained humble. He often said, "I am not a genius, I am just passionately curious." However, his personal life was far from perfect. His first marriage to Mileva Maric, with whom he had 2 sons, eventually ended in divorce. The pressures of his work and his intense focus on science often created tension in his relationships. In his later years, Albert became increasingly interested in broader human issues rather than purely scientific ones. He advocated for peace, progress, and the responsible use of science, believing it should serve humanity. He used his influence to promote better understanding among people and to speak out against injustice. On April 18, 1955, Albert Einstein passed away at the age of 76. Yet his ideas and legacy continue to live on, from the theory of relativity to modern technological advancements. His work has laid the foundation for countless scientific breakthroughs. His life serves as a powerful reminder that curiosity, perseverance, and the courage to follow big ideas can overcome even the greatest obstacles and change the world forever.